是。 Okay. Let's go home. Nothing more I have to say. Goodbye, everyone. That was also with us is very incredible man of Indonesia. I don't know, good. President Abbas of the Palestinian authorities, and we have them all. We have them all. Great. Good to have you. And so many others. I really have this first 3 rows and what's standing behind me. I didn't choose to stand, but they're going to be broken. We have the Arab League is represented by His Excellency, and thank you very much.
No, you don't have deliver. No, we have letters, but it's nothing important.
Armenian, and Azerbaijan. That's a little war that we stopped.
You look outside.
That's a little war.
I didn't have it.
With them.
Nobody knocked the door. I was right there.
31 years or some crazy number. And they had one sitting on that side of the Oval Office, one sitting. By the time we finished in 1 hour, they were both hugging each other. And now they're friends and they're getting along. They're living it.
You just come to the right time. Dinner ready. Another 15 minutes. It's ready. No curry powder, but it has spices. Kereviz. But it smells, don't know, I don't remember this. Kereviz. It's actually, when you eat it originally, this one, because the spice is different, it normally tastes like the meat. Kereviz.
Das war Wollmark, das war weil ich da 5 Sohn gekriegt habe.
Because I never cooked that before.
Ja.
You have this long version, but it's not the same. I don't know what you call that. You know the white one, long, looks like a carrot. Parsnip. That's not a parsnip, it's different.
It's Celeria.
What was it called?
Yeah.
Celeria. All right. Only thing missing in there is onion. I did not know. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I spend all my day-to-day crying. Fucking on my eyes are tingling. So much joy, so much crying. I watched all the prisoners being released.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
And it's not just that, but when they see the people and they're united, ay, 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 ay. Father, when he sees his son, ay, 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 ay.
20, wasn't it?
No, it's not just 20. Yeah. There's so many of them, they're all the same age, 18, 19, 20. They're under 20, they come 22. I come for the words. A woman waiting for her husband, and when she jumped on him, ay, ay, ay. It's so much. And I can't understand human beings. I really don't. What's wrong with the fucking people? They have no little bit of fucking sense of humanity, bro. It's amazing. You still have people saying, so what? You fuck motherfucker. People like that has to face people like me, then I fucking show them what is not. Only people suffer like this. There's people really don't have no grudge, no. They are the most. That's why I always say to you, whatever happens in this fucking world, I'm always pity the innocent people that have no fucking any finger in it. They're absolutely nothing. They have no gram of fucking nastiness in them. Just live the life, happy. And they are the ones, normally, are suffering the most. And that, because of fucking nasty people, always attacking people like that. Until if they fucking face the right person, they don't fucked up. In this case, it's Donald Trump. He says to me, don't give me the fucking prisoner 72 hours, I gotta come to fuck you up. That's it. No United Nations, no fucking this or that. Give me or I'll fuck you up. Literally, that's what he said. hell will come on you. You still have a chance to live a life, he says, you know. Not in the, you know, not, you can go anywhere else. You still have a chance to live. If you don't release it, I'll fucking come up to you. He actually said, I give a green light to the BB, and you had it. But like I said, if I didn't cry, Leslie, minimum couple hours every time. Some of them I watched over and over and over again, and I cried over and over and over again. It's such a pleasure to see genuine interaction. People show their emotion. There is no pretend. There's no anything there is so raw. It's incredible. And sometimes people always use the word love. People don't understand the definition of it. It's just a word for them. When you contact with someone, when you with someone, you really genuinely with him and been taken away from him. With nothing he's done wrong. You just one day you have him, next day you don't. That person, I can't put a word to it. I know different version of it myself. You know, all your world is taken away from me. I was living and breathing just for them. Fucking kids. Living and breathing. And when they're taken away from me, that was not easy. Not easy. But I'm not that sorry, because I'm a different person. But I'm sorry for people like that that I watch on TV. I do have a moment, but I will not go to the same devastation like they did. I have a limitation. But again, it's nothing to do with and I don't have no sympathy or care. It just makes me feel awful sometimes. In general, it makes me feel awful. But it still stopped me to play an art. Huh? Between crime, it stopped me to play an art. Leslie, Close the heater when you're coming down. Oh. Did you have a good time? How was it? Yeah.
One. Give me a headache.
Oh. Headache. Oh. The blood circulation, cardiovascular. It's maybe blood pressure. He has blood pressure.
Yeah, it's say tension.
No, that is all that worrying, all that shit is the same thing. You have something in your mind, not negative, but anything can raise your blood pressure. You know? And when blood pressure goes up, sometimes lack of blood pressure to the brain, that will be other. Sometimes more, you know, heart pumping too fast. Some reason or another, that's the you know, that can cause it. But they are easy to control. They're, huh?
It's at the back, and every time you move their hair, it's side.
You go to eat, man, should I? You go to have a meal. No.
I want to thank you for the
Not below.
Well, why don't you take on, you know, as much as you want?
Bahrain, you have Canada.
No, I give you, but I normally give you. Give you something, I eat it.
The president called and he wanted to know if it's worthwhile. He knew exactly what it was. He knew the importance. Where's Canada? He knew the importance of this. I want to be there. So many people have done that. They heard about it. And these are not people that can do that very easily. They have pretty big schedules to put in. Most powerful people. And I appreciate you being here very much. Fantastic. Fantastic. And Cyprus, Egypt, the European Union, a lot of countries. France, thank you very much, Emmanuel. I would imagine Emmanuel was staying someplace. I can't believe that you're taking a low-key approach today.
He's fucking the Jewish summer there too. He shouldn't be there. But Donald Trump is really wiped it out. So many times he says things he's sarcastic about it. Really sarcastic.
The Irish public have reason to fear
what's happening to our nearest neighbour, as British citizens are being arrested for exercising free speech. And now, the Labour Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is attempting to trap the population into biometric digital ID to access work. In this episode, I talked to former MEP and leader of Advance UK, Ben Habib. I'm Eddie Hobbs. Let's break it down. First, see Keir Starmer announcing the break.
I want to bring in General Jack Keane. He's a Fox News senior strategic analyst. He's been here with us ever since this conflict erupted. And, sir, before we get to you, I want to play something from President Trump about that key decision about Midnight Hammer in Iran. Watch.
Yeah, I watched the song Midnight Hammer. You know which one is that? When Israel and America was down to Iran, bombed them and city. Nobody knew they was coming or going. That's Midnight Hammer. And today when Donald Trump spoke Knesset, it makes me feel like he's a fucking Jew. And his daughter, they're Christian, you know, he is Christian. But his daughter, her husband is a Jew. Now he says in the Knesset. But one thing that surprised me is that my daughter's a Jew. She's converted. She's converted to Judaism. He said, I didn't realize it until this morning. Yeah. He said, love towards Israel. It comes from his dad. His mother loved Israel. Donald Trump's mother. Scottish she is. But she really loved Israel. Look, many Christians, real Christians we're talking about, right? Love Jewish people. Because they come from Judaism. They know, if they really believe in Jesus, well, Jesus was a Jew. This is undeniable. His father is a jack of fuck's sake. He was his father. But you understand? It's real Christians. They are like brothers and sisters. That's that kind of religion is. There's no divide between them. Some people do put a divide in it. But not in the real Christians, because they know the truth. Anyhow, it's the speech he made in the Knesset. Well, a guy, maybe sometimes he says very sarcastic. Few people were trying to be, nosy. He said, you can jump, in other words, you can jump up and down much as you like, but you're not going to get it. It's like a kid has a tantrum. And he says to the old man, you can jump up and down much as you like, I ain't going to get it. I never ever, in my lifetime, I heard the John F. Kennedy's speech, especially in his famous word in the Berlin. Ich bin Berliner. I am Berliner. And he said in Germany. At the time, the reason he said that, he says, it doesn't matter where you are, but you always remember who is your friend. And everybody hated that era, still the Germany. He said, you can't blame the entire German population on some cult did it. The way he spoke. He was, same time, he was also, what they call it, say to Israelis how far they gone from the desert and what they did. You really don't know Israel, what it was, Leslie. When Israel in 1948, they came in from the Second World War. You never know the real land, what it was look like. It's nothing there. I mean, when I mean nothing, it's nothing. Not a tree. Not a tree. And from that, it's and except that Donald Trump said today in the Knesset, he said, America may be a powerful, most powerful military in the world because he has very powerful friend. He says, when it comes to technology, that is Israel. He said, much as we owe us, he said, we owe them our freedom. He said, the only democracy is in the Middle East. There's no any other democracy there. Even he made a deal with other countries, he still criticized them. Real democracy, there's only one place, he said, it is Israel. Anyone can live here. You have Christians here, Muslims here. You have a Muslim works in the court cases. You have a Muslim servant in the army. They are Jewish Muslim, but they've been there. They didn't come from outside. They've been there, their parents, their centuries. They are the real Israelis. You know, they're born and bred, all of them. None of them come from outside. Especially Akko, Jaffa you call it in this country. That place, people live in the same house probably about 400, 500, 600 years in the same house. There are multiple generations. And you got rank ones. I mean really high rank ones. Oh, you know what? So see the Knesset today? God, he made me proud. My auntie's son, Gilad Hirsch, he's a general, and he's in the war. And he was on the Knesset there. And Donald Trump, he praised him too, he had to spend that. So he said his name, my hands fucking, my head said that. All the case. And I know him when he was a kid. He's 10 years young, 12 years younger than I. Ah, he's not one of them popsy stars. He was part of this, all in the, designing the, military. I will watch it again and again. It's amazing. I know I heard it before, somebody told me. I think Itzik told me. Itzik told me he's become a general. And I heard from Itzik, but I never see him. But he was in the Knesset today. And Donald Trump praised. And I said, well, fuck man, that's my family member. You got luck. In my family, you do have a people, high achievers. Really do. One of my family, it's my cousin. Fucking, he's good as Leonardo da Vinci, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. He can bring everything alive by painting. It's that good it is. He had my auntie, crazy one, Auntie Auntie Esther. Her kids made a group. And they become a top of the chart in Israel. And then later on, they even gone to the European thing, not Eurovision. But, you can hear their songs translated to English. Well, her mother was playing every instrument you can think of. The whole family is, her children, they're all musicians. And big one. This one is a general. You got a painter. You have a musician. You got my father, this politician. Even if he's not directly in it, his name's still in the history, in the book. Turkish, can easily put his name and comes out in the, if you look in the 60s. And the relationship with everything else, that's my grandfather was the top sailor. He's in my father's father and his father. They had the Turkish history and the Marines, sea. My grandfather, the first person privately owned the metal boat, made out of metal before it was wood. He's the first one privately owned. Government had it, the military. But privately owned, cargo ship is the first one. And I'm looking at today, when he said about the Hirsch, automatically I looked at my background. Fucking man, all my family members, they are really decent people, but what the fucking gone wrong with them? I never get it. I think what fucked them up when they got to America. America, maybe it's a free country, a lot of good things in it. But they are far away from humanity, I'm telling you. That's another reason I never would stay there. Everybody thinks it's bigger than everybody. There's no equality in America. If you're weak, you've been stepped on. That's simple as that. You don't show any weaknesses. And I think that was fucked it up in my family. Because none of them behaved like that when they was in Turkey. Or when, Cyril and Niall and my mother and George lived in Israel. In the beginning, they lived in my house. Until I kicked them out. Even my mother didn't met. When I come home, Toko was crying. I said, what's wrong? And my mother said, you don't treat my son properly, I'll teach you how to cook properly, because Toko couldn't make an omelette. That's genuine. My mother said, look, I know what he loved so much when he was a kid. I sure have to make it surprising. And she took that like she's got a mother-in-law is carrying her up around the house. But even then, my mother was right at that moment. She didn't know nothing. But she had no right to tell her what to do. And I told her, leave there. And they picked George, and then they gone to hotel first. Then they gone to where's my auntie Fanny in Petah Tikva. They rent a house there. I took him out of my house just because he told her what to do. Even she was to some extent meant well, not nastiness, and it's like my mother-in-law. Only mother-in-law never give me a fucking that's your mother. But certainly only her father-in-law I haven't known. Anybody's father-in-law. It's your father. There's no any other father-in-law I haven't come across to anybody. I got really the best of it in the end. Best of everything. And some member of my family in America, they had nothing. They really don't have nothing. Maybe I have money in the bank account, but that's all what they got. They have no connections. They have not really love, genuine connections to each other. They're all on their own. That's typical American. You think Niall and Sam will get on like a house on fire, like a Kevin Allison? Certainly not. Maybe from the people they do, but they not. They never was. And Sergey and Serjan were always each other's throat. Was. Sheriff, I don't have to tell you if you know much about it. All they live in America, they all have no fucking clue of humanity. They was not like that when they lived in Israel and Turkey. soldier showed up when he sees me, he was standing up straight like a soldier. That much respect. He followed me everywhere. In America, suddenly become somebody else. Anyhow, but doesn't matter what life throws you sometimes, really. If you really believe in yourself, you don't have to have other people to believe you. You have to genuinely believe in yourself. If you really want to survive, have a good time in life, you have to believe in yourself. And then you'll be alright. Oh, let's see that. Mm.
Had a little bit on it. Huh? Oh, yeah, no, I've asked today, yeah. Like I looked at the net, they used to use it a lot.
Oh. No, that one will be alright. You can make it. We do the sometimes. But now we have machines for it, blending, make him a thick soup. Oh.
Political support is going away, despite the nonsense that the Europeans were saying about representing the Palestinian state at the UN. That was symbolic. They were not going to get the kind of support that they needed. And that, applying the military pressure and supporting Netanyahu in his military victory, and also diplomatic pressure, brought what we're seeing today, with the huge potential for a major geopolitical paradigm shift in the Middle East, something we haven't seen in decades, and it will last for decades if they're able to pull this off, because the momentum is really on that side in terms of enduring peace in the region.
Well, General, I don't think there's a doubt that, the pressure from Turkey, Qatar, and Egypt really is what sealed the deal here, where Hamas realized, looked around and realized that it had no more friends anymore, willing to support and help and give it influence. What happens to Hamas next? I mean, this cannot be long-lasting peace. I know Americans watching, we have seen this region torn apart for decades, and it's exhausting. And this moment is miraculous, but how do we deal with this if Hamas truly does not go away? And it's such a different group from Al Qaeda or ISIS because it's a resistance group. So what has to happen to Hamas, and what do these key players have to do to make sure it never returns to power?
Yeah, well, first of all, who are they now? They've lost 40,000 plus of their fighters. They've lost their first and second tier leadership. They've got a lot of teenagers that are under arms. They still have some hardened fighters, to be sure, but that's significantly less than what it used to be. I think they likely do not want to give up their arms. They have said that. The International Stabilization Force is supposed to disarm them. I'm skeptical about whether they'll be able to do that or not. We're still stitching together what that really is. The Israelis have stepped back. And if Hamas doesn't disarm and somehow still wants to maintain a level of control because they've got the weapons to do that, Prime Minister Netanyahu got the green light from President Trump to go back in there and finish it. Nobody wants that to happen. I think there really is a good chance, although phase 2 is going to be challenging. Just putting the force together is challenging. Let's face it. And a lot of these countries certainly don't want to go in to Gaza and have Hamas begin to snipe at them and attack them, etc. So this is a challenging thing that's in front of us, to get rid of Hamas. But I do think the momentum is there, and hopefully that can take place. And listen, they're never going to have the influence they had before. What Israel is doing in Hezbollah is the model that will take place in Gaza.
They're going to
I
exile.
know full well, I had this discussion with Prime Minister Netanyahu, that you never again can ever let a proxy on your border develop capabilities that can hurt you. And they know that. And it was like our 9/11 lesson, we can't let Al Qaeda have a sanctuary.
And they learned that lesson. And if they ever rise again, they're going to go right after it. They're not going to wait months or years till they got rockets and missile factories and real capability again. They have conducted hundreds of attacks against Hezbollah since the ceasefire. It doesn't get a lot of publicity, but Hezbollah cannot rise again. And look what's happening in Lebanon. Lebanon is telling Hezbollah to disarm, and they want to normalize relationships with Israel. This is all happening as the successful use of military force in the region. So whether Hamas is on its last legs or not, it appears to be, for sure, militarily and certainly politically, and likely financially. It may take some weeks for that to manifest itself. So we've got real work ahead of us, putting this force together, supporting that force, and we'll have a lot to say about how things are done there. Certainly, President Trump is going to have major influence at this meeting. He's going to. But there's challenge there, but there's a lot of hope there as well, because the momentum has absolutely shifted to the military domination and results that Israel has achieved in the region, and the huge strategic and enduring peace opportunities that are there. And everybody in that region now wants that. They're on the same page for that. Certainly, some of the countries want to have more influence than others. Turkey, you got to keep an eye on what they're doing. Egypt just as well. But there is a common page here. They want this over. They have had it. And they want peace and stability in the region. And that is the common page that President Trump is leading. And good things are likely going to come of it.
General Jack Keane, thank you very much, and stand by for us as we watch Air Force One there on the tarmac at Ben Gurion Airport in Israel. The president, with a fast-moving schedule today, has many, many events, and he is on his way to Egypt now, where he will sign the peace agreement, the peace deal that he has brought together with so many of his partners, the relationships he's built over the years with his Mideast partners. So that will be quite important to see as well, Dan.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.
President Trump now signing that historic Gaza deal. Let's listen in.
And we've been working out to find out where those bodies are. It's hard to believe that we even have to say something like that. It's so sad. It's so sad. But what's not sad is that we finally, after, I guess they say 3,000 years, or from 3,000 years to 500 years, or whatever it is, it's a lot. But this is the one, this was the granddaddy of them all, and frankly, I thought this was probably going to be the toughest, and maybe in many ways it was for me, like Nick Allen, and Steve Woodrow, Jared, Markham, Pete, General King, so great. John Ratcliffe was incredible. We had an amazing array of talent, and we were helped by, in particular, the countries represented at this table. I will say, to me, you were fantastic, and your country is unbelievable. I don't think they did you a fair shake. They talk about you as though you're not a nice person and you happen to be a nice person. You happen to live in this country anyway, just remember for everybody. And without you, this wouldn't have happened. And I just want to thank you very much. That's guitar. Amazing leader. And another man who's been a friend of mine for a long time. I don't know what it is. I like the tough people better than I like the soft, easy ones. I don't know what that is. It's a personality problem, I suspect. But this gentleman from a place called Turkey is one of the most powerful armies actually in the world. It's much more powerful than even less known. If you look at some of the recent conflicts, he was at the top of them and he was winning them and he did win. And he doesn't want any credits, he doesn't want any...
Don't play the fucker, he's sitting there, look, and now...
And every time I've ever been here, he's been there for me, so I just want to thank President Trump. He was difficult. They called me, they said, "Could you do me a favor, just speak to everyone?" And I do, and he never fails us, right, General? He never fails. He's amazing. So I just want to thank you for the friendship. It's really, thank you very much. And then, of course, we have the host tonight, and I just want to thank you very much. It was amazing you chose Egypt because you were very helpful. And very, very helpful. Everybody wanted to have this, but we really thought it was appropriate. And you are a great leader. You're very fine. You have problems that other countries don't have. Of course, nothing's perfect, but the job you do is amazing. And you're another one. You've been my friend from the beginning. During the campaign against Hillary Clinton, and we were both downstairs waiting to go to meet this gentleman who has lived with Egypt, the oldest civilization. They say 6,000 years. China is 5,000 years, but you have actually over 6,000 years. Can you believe it? But the oldest, they say, civilization. But so I went up to meet her first, and we liked each other so much that she waited for about an hour and a half. And I think your meeting lasted about 2 minutes with her. So I always remember that. But that was our first meeting. We had good chemistry together.
He's a very good diplomat too, you know. He's checking the face. But he also...
Great president, and I want to thank Egypt and all of your representatives for treating us all so well. Representative of a whole group of nations.
You know what else is really nice? Lebanon. Did you know that?
They all have something.
Oh,
They're sitting behind us. I love that they're behind us. They've never been sitting behind anybody before. This is a very big position for them. But they are seriously, they're among the most powerful countries in the world, the richest countries in the world, and there's never been really a semblance like what we have today. I don't think so. I've never seen it. Anyway, I don't want to thank everybody for just solve the warfare. As everybody got. Because you guys are still getting along. They worked for 32 years and got one out of my seven. They like each other. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. Italy is a very strong leader.
Down to fighting 32 years.
This is just a very important sign.
Until 2 months ago. 32 years, killing every day. And they made them sit side by side, they're friends.
I want to thank the media for you've been so respectful on this deal. You know the importance of the deal, and I really, it was so pleasant to watch. I was on the plane for quite a while listening to the various newscasts, and they were all fair, and they were talking about how incredible this is. This is an incredible day for the world, let alone the Middle East. So I just wanted to thank the media. They really treated it with respect. I wish it could be like that on other things, but that's perhaps too much to ask for. But on this, tremendous, everybody feels the same. Just tremendous respect, and we appreciate it very much. Can we get the documents, please?
I think, wait, let me see, they signed it.
Yeah? Okay. This took 3,000 years to get to this point. Can you believe it? And it's going to hold up, too. It's going to hold up. Okay, thank you. Can you use me? Okay. Can you use me?
Give me the plate. Let me see how much I will put them in the sauce. I'll take this sauce. Put that in the saucepan.
Yeah, you like to take that control.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to hold it up. And I'll hold up the signature page. Yeah. So we're going to go and I'm going to say a few words. We'll give you a little speech. And then we're going to meet with the leaders after that and spend a little time together without the media. The media is invited to the speech. I just want to tell you the people behind me and some of the people in the room that are so helpful. But the people behind me are the greatest leaders, most powerful leaders, the richest leaders, frankly. Sometimes it's not politically correct to say that, but I'll say it, the richest in the world that the world has ever seen. And yet when you get to know them, I know every one of them, in their own way, and I can say in particular some, because that's the way life works, but some of the greatest people you'll ever meet, and people that really care for their countries. And why this happened is they all came together and they wanted to get Gaza straightened out. They wanted to get the whole thing straightened out. It got to a point where it was just crazy. And once they got together and once we started talking, it went really, to me, it went smoothly. It went so smoothly. It was such a big help, but it went so smoothly that nobody can even believe it. That we're sitting here and getting this all certified out and all done, and everybody's happy about it. Everybody's happy about it like I've never seen before, actually. I've done other deals and people don't care as much. Big deals, I think they're big deals, but this is
very short vocabulary.
And it did from the beginning, and I've heard for years this is the biggest deal in the world. For years, long before I ran for office,
state person, entrepreneur.
It's the biggest, most complicated deal, and also it's the place that could lead to tremendous problems like World War III. They always talk about World War III would start in the Middle East, and that's not going to happen. We don't want it to start anywhere, actually, but it's not going to happen. So I just want to thank everybody, and I'll see you in a little while. And in particular, thank you all for me. To Jenna, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Paris Faulkner and Kaylee McInerney on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.
Stick with us. Let's bring in former Trump Deputy National Security Advisor KT McFarland. KT, it's great to have you with us this morning. Just step back and give us your overall thoughts right now at this historic moment.
This is all because Donald Trump made a decision that of his first term
to back a younger generation of Arab leaders. We were in the White House Situation Room and faced a choice, the older generation or the younger ones. The younger ones promised peace, prosperity, peace with Israel, and President Trump took a risk and he backed them. And so they trusted him. And now, 8 years later, those were the people who then helped President Trump get over the line. It was the Arabs in the Middle East. And then President Trump unleashed Israel to destroy Iran. And today, Hamas is isolated and alone. No financial backers, no political backers, no diplomatic backers. And even more so, Hamas is now separated from the Palestinian people because what President Trump is likely to talk about in a few minutes is the future. What happens in the future in Gaza? Without Hamas, Gaza will be rebuilt. It's going to be rebuilt and protected and invested in by the countries in the region, but frankly by the whole world. Hamas is a liability to everybody now. So I think that the prospect of future peace and prosperity in the Middle East are extraordinary. The Middle East could become one of the most important parts of the world as a conduit for trade and peace and prosperity and technology that goes from Europe all the way through to India.
You know, KT, this is a foreign policy that has been underestimated. Remember in the first term, he created the video for Kim Jong-un. And the video was what your future could be like. Well, he created a similar video for these Arab and Muslim leaders. And they took the economic prosperity. And that was the pretext for this entire deal. He has fundamentally changed foreign policy, right?
Yeah, and the thing with the Middle East is that nobody trusts anybody. But President Trump, 8 years ago, won the trust of those young generation of Arab leaders. He won the trust of the Israeli leaders. He's won everybody's trust. And as a result, they were willing to take the risk on peace. And their future now looks very bright. The Abraham Accords finished at the first term, as the first term of President Trump finished. That has brought extraordinary peace and prosperity to Israel and the countries that found it. So the rest of the countries in the region look at that and say, this is what peace, this is the prospect of peace. We could have peace and prosperity. Saudi Arabia looks at that and says, we could be a technology leader in the world. The other countries in the region say, you know something? What has 70 years of war gotten us? Nothing. Maybe there's a different track to take. And because of Donald Trump's just dogged determination and a series of careful steps, one after another, it's brought us to this day that, looks like a miracle. It was a miracle that was man-made, and I think so much, and almost all the credit goes to Donald Trump personally.
Yeah, KT, we're looking at these excerpts from the speech, and this one is just so beautiful. After so many years of unceasing war and endless danger, today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace. A holy land. It's biblical, but also when you look at this room right here, KT, and you know all of these individuals have just seen war firsthand, lost loved ones, had loved ones tortured while they were being held captive. They've been through so much, and today they're learning those hostages are home and it's over.
You just can't even find the words. It's just such an extraordinary achievement of humankind. And an investment in a belief in hope and
Oof. Oh. It's shaking bucket.
Well, my glitter melons, finally. Hey. When you love your bearskin heavy storm packable rain jacket, you'll take it everywhere. Why? Because it's light enough to...
It's a shovel shake, Mr. Peacemaker himself, ladies and gentlemen. On talk, I give you Donald Trump.
Well, thank you very much, and that was a great honor. Appreciate it very much, Mr. President, Mr. General, Mr. President, great General, great President. Thank you very much. This is the day that people across the region and around the world have been working, striving, hoping, and praying for. They've done things over the last month that I think were really unthinkable. Nobody thought this could happen. With the historic agreement, we, sadly to say, bodies. Together we've achieved what everybody said was impossible. At long last, we have peace in the Middle East. And it's a very simple expression, peace in the Middle East. And we've heard it for many years, but nobody thought it could ever get there. And now what everybody said was impossible. At long last, we have peace in the Middle East. And it's a very simple expression, peace in the Middle East. And we've heard it for many years, but nobody thought it could ever get there. And now we're there. I want to congratulate everybody sitting in these first few rows and standing behind. I don't know why they chose to stand, but I promise I'll make it short, okay? We're not going to keep you standing for long. These are great leaders. After years of suffering and bloodshed, the war in Gaza is over. Humanitarian aid is now pouring in, including hundreds of truckloads of food, medical equipment, and other supplies, much of it paid for by people in this room. Civilians are returning to their homes. The hostages are reuniting. I mean, it's, I'm just watching it backstage. The level of love and sorrow, I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing when you see they haven't seen their mother, their father. They haven't seen them in such a long time, and they lived in a tunnel, very little tunnel, very deep. And the level of love is just incredible. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's, in one sense, it's so horrible that it could have taken place, but in another sense, it's so beautiful to see a new and beautiful day is rising. And now the rebuilding begins. Rebuilding is maybe going to be the easiest part. I think we've done a lot of the hardest part, because the rest comes together. We all know how to rebuild, and we know how to build better than anybody in the world. I want to express my tremendous gratitude to the Arab and Muslim nations who helped make this incredible breakthrough possible. And you really did. To President El-Sisi of Egypt, who is so generously hosting us today. I want to thank you for the outstanding job your country is doing in so many different ways. And for helping. Yes, Spirit, I can tell you that. And he's been another one. He's been absolutely incredible, and we appreciate it very much. And His Majesty King Abdullah of Jordan. And thank you very much, King Abdullah of Jordan. See you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. And you really have been a great help. We appreciate it. Appreciate it. Prime Minister Sharif of Pakistan. And also, I have to say, my favorite field marshal from Pakistan, who's not here, but the Prime Minister is here, and you're going to give his regards. Where are you? Would you like to say something? I think it's Osama.
Pakistani leaders now coming to the podium. Donald's just accepting an award.
President Trump.
Oh.
My dear brother, President FIBERCRAFT of Egypt, Majesties, Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening.
Who is this? This is the President.
Well, I would say,
we're in the middle of Trump and we've got the President.
Today is one of the greatest days in contemporary history.
True. If you look
because
stands at the side, it's very awkward.
Has been achieved after untiring efforts.
About him.
Efforts led by President Trump, who is genuinely a man of peace.
Trump is always the man.
Who has relentlessly and untiringly worked throughout these months, day in and day out, to make this world a place to live with peace and prosperity.
Say good things now.
I would say that Pakistan had nominated President Donald Trump for Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, now this is contentious.
for his outstanding, extraordinary contributions.
I wish you could see
to
Starmer.
first stop war between India and Pakistan,
I don't know. The
and
sausage
then
is very relieved.
ceasefire, along with his very wonderful team.
Look at it, look.
And today, again, I would like to nominate this great
He hasn't
president
won it, mate. There's another year. Oh, God. He's been nominated again.
because I genuinely feel that he is the most
Here's
genuine
Look at the woman behind him.
wonderful candidate
She can't hardly hold herself. You know why? You know she?
not only peace in South Asia, saved millions of people,
No.
their lives,
She is the Prime Minister of Italy.
in
George has just started to do. She's got a hand over her mouth.
achieving peace,
I noticed before you did, woman.
is saving
And
millions of lives in the Middle East.
Yes.
Mr. President,
she
I
is
would
in
like
shock.
to salute you
Oh, lovely.
for your exemplary leadership, visionary leadership,
You know why?
and I think
Because
that
Pakistan
you
is a
the man
very
this
fundamentalist
world
Muslim.
needed most at this point in
And
time.
he's talking against
The world
national.
always remember
You
you
know why?
as a man who did everything went out of his way to stop 7 and today 8 wars. I would like to thank my very dear brother, Sheikh Tamim, his Uncle Shaqiq, who has really worked very hard along with others to achieve peace in this region. My very dear brother, President Tayyip Erdogan, His Majesty, King Abdullah, and of course my very dear brother, Mohammed bin Zayed of UAE, and of course my very dear brother, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and he has also been very, very helpful and contributed very valuably in this wonderful peace process. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't want to take more of your time. Suffice to say, had it not been for this gentleman, not only, who knows, India and Pakistan are both nuclear powers. Had he not intervened along with his wonderful team, during those 4 days, the war could have escalated to a level who would have lived to tell what happened. And similarly, here in this part of the world, in the Middle East, Mr. President,
Seriously, you're done now, Mr. Buckingham. Come on.
contribution along with President Sisi.
Betty, I know you can hear me on YouTube.
History will remember in golden words. I wouldn't say more.
Oh, Jesus, nice one, Sasha.
God bless you.
Right,
God
thank
give you
you.
long life
Well done.
to serve like this for our country. Thank you very much.
Well done, the President of Pakistan. Fantastic. Coming back to the podium, I just want to see what they asked now. Would you like to say a few words? I'm delighted that the sausages have been released. Oh,
Dad,
well, you did. You
let's
asked.
go home. There's nothing more I have to say. Goodbye, everybody. That was really beautiful and beautifully delivered. Wow. Thank you very much. Also with us is President Bobo, a very incredible man of Indonesia. President.
Where have we fallen, President? We're behind Indonesia. Starmer's now looking in. Oh, he's off now to find the Indonesian bloke. This is comedy. Let's drag him up, say a few words.
President Abbas and the Palestinian Authority said we have them all, and we have them all.
Oh, so they've actually thanked Palestine before breaking. Brilliant, get
Good to
better.
have you. And so many others. I really have a list here. This first 3 rows and what's standing behind me, I don't know why they chose to stand, but that's there. They're going to be very famous tomorrow.
Here we go.
We have the Arab League is represented by His Excellency, and thank you very much.
Yeah. It's going to thank my wife in a minute. Here comes Starmer.
We have Armenia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Armenia.
Azerbaijan.
Oh, Azerbaijan.
That's a little way that we stopped. That's a little way there they are.
You think they're doing it alphabetically? The United Kingdom is definitely going to come last.
They fought for like 31 years or some crazy number. God. And they had one sitting on that side of the Oval Office, one sitting. By the time we finished in 1 hour, they were both hugging each other. Now they're friends and they're getting along good. Look at that. So I want to thank you both. That's incredible. Really incredible.
So this is brilliant.
So you have Armenia, you have Bahrain, you have Canada. It's so great to have, in fact, the president called and he wanted to know if it's worthwhile. He knew exactly what it was. He knew the importance.
I tell you honestly, it's like a schoolboy who's wondering if he's going to win a prize at prize day. It's brilliant.
He knew the importance of this. He said, I want to be there. So many people have done that. They called. I mean, they heard about it. And these are not people that can do that very easily. They have really big schedules to play for the most powerful people. And I appreciate you being here very much. It was fantastic. Fantastic. And Cyprus.
Oh, Cyprus. Egypt.
The European Union.
Oh.
A lot of countries. France. Oh. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
I would imagine Emmanuel was standing someplace behind you. I can't believe that you're taking a low-key approach today. He's my friend. That's great. Good job. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Okay.
Germany, the new chancellor of Germany is easy to spot because he's very tall.
He's behind you.
He's very smart, and he's doing a fantastic job for his country. Appreciate it. Congratulations. A big election. That was a big one. That was going to change things. Greece. We have Greece.
Oh,
we have Hungary.
Oh.
Victor. Where's Victor? Victor. Victor, I call him. You know, put the little accent. You're fantastic. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I'm the only one that matters. You are fantastic. You're a great leader. I endorsed him the last election he had, and he won by 28 points.
I'm loving it.
So
he's
you're
just
going to do even better this time. You have another
everybody been praised. People never heard of him.
Behind you, 100%. It's Hungary.
Yeah, the Maloney. She's having
a very good friend of mine at the top, and he's just done a fantastic job. And I think that Pakistan and India are going to.
If anybody can read the body language, it's stunning.
Right?
Okay.
That's not a very. They are. Okay. And the two great, I say, leaders. Great leaders, as far as I'm concerned.
United Kingdom?
Indonesia, covered, and I just want to say that it's a big country, a powerful country. It does unbelievably well, and it's great to have you. Iraq, we have Iraq.
We're behind Iraq.
Lots of they have so much in it, but they don't know what to do with it. That's a big problem when you have so much, you have no idea what to do with it. So thank you very much for. Thank you very much. Italy.
Oh, it's the
we have one woman who's,
oh, here we go.
I'm not allowed to say it because usually it's the end of your political career. You say she's a beautiful young woman. Now, you use the word beautiful in the United States about a woman, that's the end of your political career, but I'll take my chances. Where is she?
She's behind you.
You don't mind being called beautiful. Thank you very much.
You're very beautiful, you are.
Appreciate it. She wanted to be here, and she's incredible. And Italy, she's a very successful politician. We have Norway. Oh, Norway. What happened in Norway? What happened?
Kastama.
There's all delivered.
They were Johnny.
Oh, Johnny from Norway. He's
You
doing
don't fuck up with John. You never forget. You called him buffoon.
No. Oman. Again.
And that's the biggest stage you can have.
Portugal next.
We have
world
really
leaders.
fantastic representatives from Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
thank you very much. I'll tell you what. And this time we'll get you the best seat. He always gets the best seat. He deserves the best seat. And what a great place it is. Spain.
Oh, Spain.
Where's Spain?
It's just next to Portugal, mate.
Are you guys working on him with respect to the GDP? We'll get close. But fantastic job you're doing. and UAE,
Oh, UAE.
which is great.
What next?
United Kingdom. Where's United Kingdom?
Oh, no. Oh, there you are. Oh, stick kids coming forward.
All came in like 20-minute notice.
It's come up to speak.
You want to speak?
And just so many others. It's such a compliment to what we're doing, because what we've done is
Oh, I'd love to watch that again.
special. So it's perhaps the wealthiest.
I didn't know how we done it.
What next?
United Kingdom. Where's United Kingdom?
Oh, no. Oh, there you are. Oh, stick kids coming forward.
All came in like 20-minute notice.
It's come up to speak.
So many others, and just so many others. It's such a compliment to what we're doing, because what we've done is very unique and very special. So it's perhaps the wealthiest and most powerful.
Right, cut him now. Cut that. Just stop Trump now. I had to wait for that, people. Honestly, can you please cut that? He waited 15 minutes, Keir Starmer, to be mentioned. And as Trump stood right behind Trump, he goes, "Where is he?" So he turns around, and Starmer walks to the left, and Trump looks at him and to him, "Go away." So Trump keeps waiting. Starmer looks now as if somebody's put something very disgusting under his nose.
Wait when you come back. This is what's going to happen here. When he's come back to the United Kingdom, the King Starmer. Everybody watching that. Do you know how many people watching that? Whole world watching that. It's not just this is like you don't know how big it is.
What are going to eat today? Ooh, porridge with fruit.
It is enormous
Let's go to the
in history of mankind. This enormous.
Night, Emma. The new baby born.
He also conveyed my tremendous appreciation for
But the man sat in a tent or somewhere in wherever he is with the man from Qatar being laughed at, going, "Oh my God." The guy's it's a photo opportunity. Trump's saving the world. The Israelis are joyously accepting that the hostages are going home. Will Hamas? What will happen? Blah, blah, blah. Back home, I want to talk to you about this because this government has a pretty big crisis to deal with, and it centres around the Chinese Spal trial collapse. We'll make it really, really simple. There were a couple of people accused of spying within the House of Commons. The CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, say we were ready to go, and this government went, "Oh no," which is really ironic because, Keir Starmer, a legal man, it's all about playing it by the book, was, of course, the Director of Public Prosecutions. But he came out at the weekend, Phillipson did it again. Have you seen what she said? She said it was their fault. This is Bridget Phillipson. She's like a mad attack dog. Have a go.
I can say today, to be absolutely clear, is that he was not involved in the substance of the case and discussions around that, or the evidence connected to the case. I can give you that reassurance. He did not have those conversations around the substance or the evidence of the case. These are matters for the relevant authorities, the Crown Prosecution Service, and they date back to 2023.
Oh, I'll explain the Tories. I just thought the ex-Director of Public Prosecutions, who doesn't even go for a week without checking the legalities of it, would be absolutely slagging off the CPS now. This is dodgy, this story, isn't it?
It's got all the hallmarks of something incredibly damaging to the government. They're pains to say, the government's defence on this one at the moment is
excuse me. Harry Cole. He's just been on the plane, man. He's been so busy.
That's
I was aircon in first class.
Yeah, right.
How was first class?
I wasn't in first class.
Business?
I'm not going to discuss my modes of my travel. But
you speak to me.
Need to send the West. No, look, they're saying, look, well, no ministers that are involved, no, Jonathan Powell, the National Security Secretary, didn't have this, very weird turn of phrase there, didn't have this substantive discussion. Well, they're fine, that ends up with the PM, because someone did it. CPS says, we asked for the evidence, and it wasn't provided. And then they go, oh, well, the Tories. I'm just like,
oh, they did it, the Tories.
They're saying that it's the Tories. And then the Tories go back and say, well, hang on, we were banned up for prosecuting him, and we were ready, and we had this massive dossier of evidence, which we were going to turn over to the CPS. Unfortunately, we got kicked out by the votes there, so something changed. And look, the accusation hasn't really been denied, that they put
the interest of trade relations with China before our national security, and that is damning. I don't think there'll be a smoking gun letter where Piers Arlo goes, guys, let's collapse this trial to not avoid the Chinese. So they wiggle around, take a lot for a
China. British and America have also.
Everyone can see what's happened here.
But I remember last year, Israel warned America about
it's daily. We're an embarrassment on the
Israeli intelligence warned America about the British spy.
Reactive panic. I mean, today, and I met him at the Reform Party conference. Young George Finch,
before anybody said Mossad tell America something wrong with
they are attacked in the street for our saying today. Graceful rhetoric for the sort of Britain's youngest councillor. That's the reason. Why stand on this?
And if it's Mossad says it, you know something strange. You take it literally. In America, actually,
a young passionate advocate for free speech, shot in the neck in
America, actually,
by crazed
last month,
so
he said, we couldn't do it without,
just in a fashion.
What's
without
Mossad, Israeli intelligence.
But also, you charge up the physical rhetoric.
Now, the other reason you come back is very, very important. Nobody else has covered this. Today, and I freely admit, a massive error. In fact, I just met her son downstairs. Margaret Thatcher would have been 100 years of age today.
The centenary of Margaret Thatcher's birth, and her son, as you say, Mark Thatcher, was in the building. I've interviewed him. It's his first interview since 2009. He doesn't do interviews.
He doesn't.
He hasn't always been the biggest fan of the press, but he did make a very passionate defence of journalists and the free press today. But he's spoken out about his mother's legacy. Fascinating. You were there. You're also on the show to pick all apart with us tonight.
Fascinating.
His views on what his mother would have made of, the situation we're in the world, the economy, Brexit, the NHS, benefits bills. Small boats, all of these.
What would Thatcher done with small boats? What would she have done? Well, I said this to him, and I said it to you on air as well. There's a great thing, I don't know where it is because I'm no good at social media, but something popped up some weeks ago. This was from 1983, so 42 years ago. And somebody asked a question, she did a perfect fact, and she went, if the right honourable gentleman is saying that people should be able to come to this country to claim benefits with no intention of working and bringing their families and no intention of embracing our culture, he is advocating international chaos. And I looked and went, that was 42 years ago, love. It's
fascinating. What would Maggie have made of the world of then? There's a great line made by Sir Mark without giving too much away, because subscribe to 10 o'clock tonight. How are you going to take the rest? We're watching from 10 o'clock tonight, and we'll have a little bit out sooner, so subscribe on YouTube, haven't you?
Watch as Israeli hostages are reunited with their families after more than 2 years in captivity. Donald Trump declared the end of the Israel-Gaza war. This long and difficult war has now ended. Some people say 3,000 years, some people say 500 years, whatever it is. It's the granddaddy of them all. And in an unprecedented achievement, virtually the entire region has endorsed the plan that Gaza will be
I
immediately
saw what these
demilitarized, and Hamas will be disarmed.
what
Security will no longer
exactly
threatened in any way, shape, or form.
the word she was saying.
Generations from now,
Ay,
this
ay,
will be
ay.
remembered as the moment that everything began to change, and change very much for the better.
The last 20 living hostages held by Hamas in Gaza were returned to Israel today. The terror group said it would also release the remains of 4 hostages who died in captivity, but that it does not know the whereabouts of the other bodies.
Bring in our Homeland Security Editor, Mark White. Mark, who's been resting your vocal cords. You've been doing a sterling performance today. Mark White, we see live pictures on our screen now of Tel Aviv. A somewhat more muted atmosphere there now, as the realisation is sinking in that the full bodies of the 28 missing hostages will not be now released today.
Yes, Donald Trump alluded to that in the news conference, the difficulty that there is, and we're looking at live pictures there out into the desert as that process begins of repatriating some of the remains of those hostages. But because of the circumstances, clearly many killed within the tunnel systems under Gaza, that means that for some the remains are buried under tons of rubble. It may be very difficult, if not impossible, to actually get to the remains of some of the hostages, which is just clearly absolutely devastating for any family to hear that. But we've got to wait, clearly, in the hours and days ahead to see how many of the 28 hostages it's hard not to be so deeply moved just watching those images coming out of Israel, what these families have been through these last 2 years. And for them, at least, there is reconciliation, a reunion with their loved ones.
As well, just to explain to listeners there who were listening in, there was footage of released hostages being reunited with their loved ones, and in Mark White, we saw some video earlier on of one of them looking out from a coach as they were brought back into Tel Aviv, and it's just incredibly emotional to see how emaciated and gaunt and ghost-like and pale they are, because of course, no doubt they spent a huge amount of their time, all of it in captivity, if not even underground in tunnels, and the noises coming from those people there. The best way to explain it, I guess, more way, is just one of being utterly overwhelmed and emotional, and also a sense of absolute disbelief that after 737 days, this nightmare is finally over.
Yeah, I mean, it's just visceral emotion. Isn't it? You know, clearly they just couldn't control just that absolute surge of relief and sorrow and love for those individuals that they probably on many occasions over the last 738 days felt that they might not see again, and here they are back in their arms, and hopefully now beginning that slow process of rehabilitation that process of trying to come to terms with what has happened
No
to them
problem. Love goes to
psychologically.
They come back to
build
their
their
loved
lives after
ones.
2 years
They forget all that.
away from their families and being subjected to unspeakable trauma, without a doubt, deep in the tunnel systems below Gaza. As we say, 28 of their fellow hostages didn't make it to see this day. It has to be hoped that as many of the hostage remains as possible can be repatriated for the families, to at least give them a burial, to know that they're finally at rest.
A statement's just been released by the Hostages and Missing Families Forum. They're basically saying that Hamas has violated the agreement. They said that they hope there should be Hamas's violation of the agreement must be met with a very serious response from the government, and the mediators. An agreement must be honoured by both sides. If Hamas does not fulfil their part, then Israel should not fulfil its part either. We demand all 28 hostages back. We will not give up on anyone until the last hostage is returned. So there we see the Hostages and Missing Families Forum perhaps intimating that Israel should stop releasing prisoners as its side of the bargain.
The bearskin heavy storm jacket and rain jacket makes any outfit perfectly waterproof for all 4 seasons. Why? Because it's
now with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent with the reaction here. And Secretary, I'll tell you, everything seems so small when you consider what President Trump has achieved here in terms of getting those hostages back home and peace in the Middle East. Your reaction to what President Trump is saying this morning?
Maria, it's an incredible moment for the people of Israel, for the entire Middle East, and for the American people. We should be so proud of what President Trump has done and the force for good in the world that it is the United States. And its leadership, whether it's economic leadership, military leadership, diplomatic leadership, it's an incredible moment. But, Maria, I will take you back to last week, and you and I were talking earlier about these Chinese export controls, and we have approached a relationship with China with great respect. The Chinese are very big on symbolism, and I can tell you it was highly inappropriate for them to announce these export controls on the day that the peace deal was announced and overshadow that.
And I'm wondering if that was by design, Secretary. I mean, the Chinese government doesn't do anything by coincidence. I mean, the fact that President Trump has clinched this incredible peace deal, and they come out in the middle of all of this last week on Thursday night and say, oh, we are going to be tightening our restrictions on rare earth minerals, knowing that this is one of the cruxes of the fight between the two nations, it does not seem coincidental to me. Your thoughts?
Well, Maria, it could have been for several reasons. One, that the Chinese economy is doing very poorly, and maybe they're trying to take focus off of that. Two, China, as opposed to the United States. The United States is pushing for peace in the world. China is financing war. China purchases Russian oil, is financing the Russian war machine. They purchase Iranian oil, and we have been calling them out on that, so maybe it was to distract from that. And three, maybe it was a mistaken attempt to try to gain leverage before the two leaders meet in Korea in October. And I can tell you, trying to get leverage in front of the meeting with Donald Trump is a bad idea. And he turned the tables with his two very good tweets on Friday talking about raising tariffs and implementing any sanctions that we need to.
Yeah.
So it was a miscalculation, but we are communicating now. I am confident that we can move forward.
Yeah, so what does that look like? Are you saying that the meeting between Xi Jinping and President Trump is still on, and you are going to wait to implement any of these sharper tariffs that you've discussed here, 100% tariff?
Every time you do that, I jump. This comes from you. Shake it, please. It's possible this name Advanced UK maybe. My eyes didn't settle down yet. Joe Tingley. Yeah. Ja, my election is 100%. Double time is done. Long time ago. Couple of late night sleeps. Fun.